Hello, hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of June 21st, 2026. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from sunny and beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And it's summer. Today is the summer solstice, and it's the longest day of the year with the most sunlight. And everything in our solar system revolves around the sun. I spend a lot of time talking about the moon and the other planets, but we rarely talk about or celebrate the sun. And the sun influences our energy more than anything else. It governs our sleep, our moods, and even our sense of optimism. So when the sun is strong, we tend to feel stronger. The sun literally tells our bodies when to wake up, when to rest, and how much energy we'll have. It's our life force. And that's why the summer solstice is such a powerful day. We're not just honoring a season. Today we're honoring life and just being alive. The solstice has been celebrated for thousands of years, like long before we had calendars, clocks, or weather apps. People paid close attention to the sky. The sun's movements told them when to plant and when to harvest. Their lives depended on it. The solstice was such a big deal because it reminded them that life moves in cycles. There are seasons of growth, seasons of rest and renewal, and seasons of abundance. And this is a season of abundance. The summer solstice happens during the growing season when nature is at its strongest and most abundant. Spiritually, this is a time to appreciate all the abundance in your life and to celebrate your accomplishments and how far you've grown since the winter solstice 6 months ago. Astrologically, we've been through a metric shit ton this year. Neptune and Saturn moved into Aries and then met at 0 degrees Aries for the first time in thousands of years. Uranus moved into Gemini for the first time in about 80 years. The nodes of fate changed signs, and we had a powerful eclipse season. And all this change has shown up in our world this year too, with ICE in Minneapolis, government shutdowns, military action all over the world, especially in Iran, economic uncertainty, like I could go on and on and on. And then, of course, we felt it in our personal lives too. Most of us have been stretched and changed in some pretty intense ways. Like, holy shit, we have gone through a lot already this year. So take some time today to reflect on the past 6 months and how much you've changed and grown and how much you've accomplished. We spend so much time focusing on what's next that we forget to acknowledge what we've already created. One of the paradoxes of the summer solstice is that when it's the day with the most light, it's also when the days begin to grow shorter. So not only is this a day to reflect on the past 6 months, but because this is the most solar energy we'll have all year, it's also the perfect time for visioning and manifesting and setting goals for the next 6 months. And because we're in a one universal year in numerology, there's extra energy this year for starting new things and planning for the future. So today is about pausing long enough to acknowledge and appreciate how far we've come and to decide what we want to create next. And it's also the start of Cancer season. After the busy, social, mentally active energy of Gemini season, Cancer wants us to slow down and focus on what really matters to us. Cancer is associated with home, family, our roots, and where we feel safe. So this month, we'll want to spend more time with loved ones. We'll want to nest and redecorate and cook and garden and create more comfort in our lives. This is a time to focus on rest, healing, and all the things you need to do to take care of yourself, which makes sense since Cancer energy is connected to the archetype of the mother and all the mothering things we think of, like nurturing, compassion, unconditional love, not just to others, but also to ourselves. It's a month to mother ourselves. Cancer is a water sign ruled by the moon, making it one of the most intuitive and emotional signs of the zodiac, so we tend to be more emotional during Cancer season. And there are a couple of things this year amplifying that emotional energy. The first one is that Mercury will be retrograde during most of Cancer season, slowing us down and keeping us in the feels all month. And the second is today, the same day as the solstice and the start of Cancer season. The sun is sextile Chiron, who just moved into Taurus 2 days ago, making this a healing season. But we're not healing through intense therapy sessions. We're healing through pleasure by doing things like dancing and walking and playing and listening to music and spending time in nature. And wait, of course, there's more. This first week of Cancer season is especially interesting because Jupiter is spending its final days in Cancer before moving into Leo on the 29th. So this week is full of Jupiter's abundance and blessings around all the Cancer stuff. Our homes, our loved ones, our gardens, meals together, and just enjoying life. Like this is a really juicy, wonderful week. So one more thing to mention, today is one of the best days of the year to charge your crystals. Because the solstice is the peak energy of the sun, charging crystals today supercharges them with abundance and life force energy. Just put them out in the sun today. Just FYI, there are a couple crystals like opals and kunzite that can lose some of their color in direct sunlight, but the rest are fine being in the sun for one day. So to recap, today is about noticing and appreciating how far we've come, and also deciding what we want to create next. And to enjoy ourselves, spend some slow time with our favorite people, enjoy the light while it's here. It'll be light until about 10:30 tonight here. I'm taking 62 hikes this summer to celebrate turning 62. So far, I've done around 10, so I do have a ways to go. And my plan this week is to take my hikes in the evenings to appreciate all the extra light. And because it's now summer, registration for Spiritual Summer School is now open. So summer school is one of my favorite things that I do all year. It starts on July 7th and runs throughout the month of July with 12 classes taught by 9 amazing instructors, including me. So the classes include dream interpretation, animal communication, human design, medical intuition, tarot, astrology, charm casting, and so much more. So the entire month is just $150, which works out to less than $13 for each class. You can learn more and register at the link in the show notes or go to my website, Abundology.com. It's just really super fun, so I hope you'll join me. And tomorrow, I'll release the summer astrology forecast with the astrologer Deborah Norton. Deborah talks all about what we can expect this summer, including Leo moving into Gemini, Mercury retrograde, there's an eclipse, and a very special planetary basket bringing us lots of good stuff. Also, Deborah is one of the guest instructors at summer school and will be teaching us about our moon signs. So we spend a lot of time in astrology talking about our sun and rising signs, but not as much on our moon sign. So I'm excited to learn more. And as always, thank you for listening and passing the podcast on to a friend. Happy solstice. And I will be back next week to talk about Jupiter moving into Leo and the strawberry full moon.